Holy shnikey. Trusty ape, trusty ape. Check settings here. Sure, we're all camera. What is this? They appear to have changed their shits. Okay, there we go. Looks like we're good. No chat yet. Oops. We're back. Oh, I did it again. It's the same. Trying to remember how to do this, damn it. I haven't used Prism in a hot minute. Okay. I didn't see the little X there. Alright, so today we're going to we'll catch up a little bit here. Hello, how are you? Happy Tuesday. I am, so my little house sitting gig over there ended abruptly yesterday, and so I am broadcasting live from a darkened room. And so I caught up on, so Trav's live now, I was listening to this earlier, fact-checking Professor Day's response video, which includes both himself and Destiny. I did watch most of that video last night, or about half of it maybe. Yeah, a little more than half maybe. And I will say scathing content there. I think he's Travis is going to be hard pressed to defend against a lot of that, but he is being pedantic on some things, and critical of Dave's behavior and all that. So interesting stuff to me, but I want to go back to Pangburn's channel, because I did see some of the content he
Can you tell which app is a trap? Google Playcam. Download apps, not traps.
Channel, you jag off. Oh my goodness. I'm getting frustrated. There we go. Just have to rotate back. There we go. Thank you. Back to
the first thing I want to put on this plate is protein.
And view these videos. Maybe in previous lives, I suppose. So he's got 4 of these now. Actually, it's 2, 3, 3.5. So there's actually 5 of these responses now in the past day and a half or whatever it is. Pretty short time. And he did Candy O and Andrew Wilson. But I guess it looks like he may have taken one of these down. I thought there were more of these. Hassan Piker, anti-Semitism. He did one on Anna Kasparian as well, which is that further back. And yeah, it looks like he may have taken those down, or maybe they're in the regular videos, not lives. Southern Pearl Davis. Oh, here it is. Kyle Kowinski, Hassan Piker. There was an Anna Kasparian video. Looks like you may have taken that down. Okay, so these are what I want to look at. A little bit shorter.
Why don't we look at some of the glaring cases against Hassan? This is why I, now after doing all the work, I personally believe he is anti-Semitic. So let's look at it. and maybe I'll take some calls today. If there's anyone in the chat or in the show that really wants to call in and chat with me, I'm happy to do that. I will also respond directly to all super chats if the chat gets going too fast and I can't keep up or whatever. I will respond to every super chat. But let's go through the evidence that I've unveiled in the past couple weeks here. For those of you who don't know, I did 6 long 3-hour plus episodes investigating and analyzing the recent conversation between Hasan Piker and Norm Finkelstein. And what did I find? I found a lot of misinformation and a lot of terrifying, explicit examples of anti-Semitism. And also on the part of Hasan Piker, the platforming and lack of pushback on that anti-Semitism in that particular episode that was shot very.
So this was the Norm Finkelstein guy
recently. So for anyone that says, "Oh, well, you're just looking at old Hasan, he's upgraded," no, that's not where we're at. This is a very recent conversation, but we're also going to look at the pattern today because there is a pattern. We looked at this a bit last night during the rundown on the Pisco situation. And by the way, all Pisco has to do, and maybe he did it today in his live stream, it seems to be the case. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but whenever I get on here and call people out directly and send them an email, they seem to be talking about that very thing the next day. We'll keep an eye on that after this episode today, and we'll see.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're like a fairly prolific content creator and you're addressing other content creators and they know you're talking about them publicly, they may be compelled to respond to that. I mean, that seems like a reasonable course of action. What's up, Goodwit and Spooky Bed here? Good to see you there. Welcome.
Maybe it's just a coincidence, but I did email this information to Pisco. I also sent it to Destiny for his browsing pleasure, but it's just the data. It's where we're at. So it should be easy for Pisco to see that Hasan is anti-Semitic. This shouldn't really be a mystery to anyone, although I will tip my hat to Mr. Hasan Piker. He is very sneaky. He's not like Norm Finkelstein.
See, and so the criticism I've heard of Hasan before and have actually been of him being, well, so I kind of got the opposite impression, but that's interesting that his take here is that he's anti-Semitic.
Where he literally, let me get some Norm Finkelstein quotes together. Norm Finkelstein on the...
But then he's saying actually that Norm Finkelstein is anti-Semitic and Hasan just didn't push back against him.
With Hasan Piker. I believe the Jews brought it on themselves. Resentment towards the Jews, it has a rational foundation because the Jews use considerable financial power to suppress speech. This stuff was literally said on Hasan Piker's show. I feel like society, and I know maybe I'm just late to the game here. Hasan Piker, first of all, he's a huge fan, from his own words, of Norman Finkelstein. He let Norman Finkelstein just lay on thick the anti-Semitism, spread it out there to the world, to all the young people who listen to Hasan Piker, all of this stuff. And that video is just, not only allowed on YouTube, but I'm pretty sure that video is monetized. That's pretty terrifying stuff. And I don't want to hear any whataboutism. I'm not saying there might be other issues in other places with other people being racist or hardcore Islamophobes or something like that. But this is the issue I'm working on right now. I'm not closed off to...
So if he's making a claim that, well, he is calling them Jews, I suppose that's problematic and not directly addressing the state of Israel. What's up, Theo? Good to see you. Yeah, so, but I mean, I guess as a colloquialism, right, like that's kind of accurate in the way that Israel is represented as a Jewish state and has been known to use that influence. And once again, to say that any criticism of their actions is anti-Semitic in nature, so that's the way that they are suppressing the speech by calling it essentially hate speech, right?
Hearing more from you guys about some other bad crap that's going on online that's not being properly checked and called out. But anyways, let's go back to this. Let's get to some direct anti-Semitic content from Hasan. So the Haredi / Orthodox Jews, end quote, inbred. Current independent reporting identifies Hassan's description of some Orthodox Jews as, quote, inbred. Just want to make sure you guys can see this well. AP reports the controversy, and Nexus published a current analysis explicitly acknowledging that Hassan has faced false anti-Semitism accusations, while concluding that this usage of Haredi and Orthodox Jews being inbred is not one of those cases of false anti-Semitism. This is a case of anti-Semitism, a case of Hassan Piker being anti-Semitic. Nexus's reasoning is important. Using the insult against non-Jews does not neutralize its history or meaning when targeted at a Jewish subgroup, okay? Really important. People can be very sneaky in how they try to get away with anti-Semitism. Using the insult against non-Jews does not neutralize its history or meaning when targeted at a Jewish subgroup. Hassan's...
This is funny though, because he's about to read this. I was just going forward. Hassan's current response is, "I never said Jews are inbred. I did not." He's just like, "I didn't say that." But they seem to think.
Response, quote, "I never said Jews are inbred," is preserved in full as counter evidence. The narrow scope distinction may be literally relevant if he meant Haredi/Orthodox Jews rather than all Jews. It does not, however, defeat a message level finding about a Jewish subgroup. Saying, quote, "well, not all Jews," is different from showing the subgroup targeted hereditary claim was non-anti-Semitic. So this is direct evidence of anti-Semitism from Hassan.
Wait. But that's it's like a no true Scotsman fallacy, I guess. But he's, I mean, if he was making a claim about a particular group of Jews, then whoa, hello, better than ever. Good to see you. Yeah, we're watching Travis defeat the anti-Semitism here. This was before Professor Dave dropped his nuclear weapon, and really embarrassing for these guys, I think. I have to say I do take arms with with Dave's position on that one, or whatever. Like, take up arms with that, because like he's right on point with things that that's what I meant to say. Right on point with that. Yeah.
Direct evidence of him being anti-Semitic. Anti-Semitic content supported in identified usage. High confidence that the dispute exists and that Nexus independently classifies the targeted usage as anti-Semitic. Private motive remains separate. This isn't targeting specific actors. It is targeting subgroups of Jews. So I agree with Nexus's finding. This is anti-Semitism from Hassan Piker. So we just dealt with the Haredi inbred comment from...
I don't. That's like saying that, like, like people who, if you're attacking the Mormons, you're like anti-Christian, right? Or something. I think that would be like basically equivalent. And no, if you attack a sect of a religion, it doesn't mean you're attacking the whole religion, necessarily. You could be. What's up, Rex? Good to see you. Invalid? I hope not.
Hassan Piker, even though someone makes a comment like this, and maybe it wasn't meant to be anti-Semitic, maybe it's their first time saying something like this, it's still anti-Semitic, but that doesn't necessarily mean they are, an anti-Semite or generally anti-Semitic. The big question today is Hassan Piker generally anti-Semitic? Is Hassan Piker an anti-Semite? There are a lot of people who will defend against this proposition until they're blue in the face, but we are going to...
Mainly up until now, he has this one claim about Hassan, but the rest of it was actually criticisms of Norm Finkelstein and things he said on Hassan's show. So
all of the data in this stream here today. So make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you share on X my post that we are live about this. Let's try to get as many people in.
I don't share anything on X. I don't support that platform.
The room as we can. That would be fantastic. There was
that's a lie. I do occasionally share on X, but it's very rare.
Auchinclose and, quote, straight up Israel first statement. Now, to a lot of people, this might seem, and we'll get into the details of this might seem like, not that bad. What could be so bad about saying straight up Israel first towards someone when it seems like they're just doing something because they support Israel? The Boston Globe reports that Representative Jake Auchinclose, who is Jewish, criticized Graham Plattner's Nazi/Totenkopf tattoo as disqualifying. Hassan responded with, straight up Israel first. The immediate dispute was, of course, Nazi imagery and candidate standards, not Israeli policy. This makes the statement structurally different from calling a pro-Israel position, quote, Israel first. It attributes foreign allegiance motivation to a Jewish politician, where the predicate supplied in the exchange was Nazi extremism. Nexus treats dual loyalty / foreign.
I don't think the swastika is necessarily Nazi extremism. That's just regular Nazism, right? It comes with the package. But I don't know what then would qualify as Nazi extremism. But anyway, so I wonder, see, I feel like this is probably like something that's a bit out of context, depending on what this person's like other positions are, that he might be criticizing there. So I would definitely need more context for that to judge that remark. Straight up Israel first. Ooh, Robin just dropped a new video.
Allegiance accusations against Jews as a core anti-Semitism concern when Jewishness supplies the inferential bridge. Version 2 of this report, therefore...
Jewishness? All right, then.
Regards the Auchincloss episode as one of the strongest direct cases.
Wait.
Because it...
Theoretically said I wouldn't even call Twitter X. For sure. Ember says I mostly avoid Twitter. And then, Rex says no, invalid. Okay, yeah, got it. And Theo said Nazism is always extremism. Fair enough, yeah.
Survives the anti-Zionism firewall. So basically, this was a Jewish representative, and he made a critique about Graham Plattner's Nazi tattoo as disqualifying. And then Hassan said, straight up Israel first. Because this person is Jewish and because they had this disqualifying position against Graham Plattner, that means this Jew is doing it because Israel must be put first. That's what Hassan said here. So the verdict here, strong anti...
I mean, people get a lot of stupid tattoos, but I'd have to say I had a close, so I had a member of the family that was like married in for a time, and they had a lot of like prison tattoos, and they had the SS thunderbolts or whatever tattooed like right on their neck, and it was interesting, like we were in like a predominantly white area too. A lot of those people didn't care, but like walking down the street with that dude. Anyway, I don't know why that came up.
Trope structure / dual loyalty concern. High confidence on the reported context. Yeah. So there's another direct example. Now some people might say, well, things slip out. Sometimes what can happen is some people won't have a clear understanding of what is considered anti-Semitism on the global stage of adjudication of these terms. Like, for example, so Nexus provides a guide to identifying anti-Semitism, in particular, in this citation, in debates about Israel. The framework separates Israel criticism